Mar del Plata is Argentina's 6th largest city, and it is Argentina's most popular summer vacation destination. People come here in December, January and February for the beaches, but not many foreigners come to Mar del Plata. So in this video, I want to share with you 5 things that you need to know before you visit the city. But just before I give you my list, don't forget, if you go into Argentina, it is now a legal requirement to have travel insurance in order to enter the country. If you do want some pay-as-you-go travel insurance, I have put a link down below to a company called Safety Wing. You pay monthly. It is about $56 per month, which is great if you don't know when you're coming home and you don't have a return ticket. So again, do use the link below, and also don't forget, in the description and the comment section as well, I've given you links to tours and activities that you can book in Argentina, tours in Buenos Aires, tours in Patagonia, tours in the north. So do check those out if you are interested. But back to Mar del Plata, the first thing that you need to know about visiting the city is regarding Uber. So you're probably going to be arriving in Mar del Plata at either the train station or the bus terminal. They are both located in the same place, basically. You will not be able to take an Uber from either the train station or the bus terminal. A few blocks around the train station and the bus terminal, Uber is banned. The taxis have complete control of that area. So really, you've got 2 options to get to your accommodation. You could use one of the taxis there if you do have physical cash on you, but if you do not have any cash on you, the taxis will not accept credit card. So what you have to do is you have to walk a few blocks away from the terminal and then try and call an Uber. I've actually put on the screen here the exact road where I was personally able to call Uber, and then Uber came to pick me up. So if you are taking the train from Buenos Aires or the bus from Buenos Aires and arriving at that terminal, you're going to need to walk quite a few blocks away to be able to get your Uber. Now, there is also an airport in Mar del Plata, and I just checked, Uber does seem to work from the airport, so it seems like there are no issues there. Now, the second thing you need to know about visiting Mar del Plata is where to stay. So there are really 3 places in the city that you could consider staying in or staying near. You could stay near the city centre. I would describe this area I've put on the screen here as the city centre. It would not be my first choice to stay here, but you do have a pedestrianised street with high street shops here. It's called Peatonal San Martin. I will put a few clips on the screen here so that you can see what it looks like. It would not be my first choice because at night it does get quite quiet apparently, and a bit eerie because there aren't too many bars around. Now, another part of the city that you could stay in, and actually this would be my #1 recommendation, is to stay somewhere near the Paseo Aldre shopping centre. If you are staying somewhere near this box or within this box on the screen, you've got lots of really nice cafes and coffee shops and restaurants and bars. So this clip here is recorded in a street called Güemes, and I've highlighted here where that street is located. I think Güemes is a nicer high street than the one in the city centre. And then just above Güemes, you have this street called Olivaria, and here you've got some really nice bars where they do good beer, and also nice coffee shops and ice cream shops. So if you can stay in this part of the city, I think that would be the best place. Additionally, a third part of the city that I think is a good place to stay would be this part of the city I've highlighted here near the Plaza Grande. There is another high street here called Leandro Alem. Again, you're going to find nice coffee shops and bakeries, ice cream shops, that kind of stuff. I found this street not to be as vibrant as Güemes, but perhaps in the summer it becomes a lot more vibrant, because I do know that in the summer months the whole city is just busier. So I guess that does nicely lead me on to the third thing that you need to know about the city. Obviously, in the summer months people come here for the beach, but Mar del Plata is not a year-round beach destination. Outside of the December, January, February window, you're probably not going to be going to the beach, and I don't recommend swimming in the freezing cold water. From my experience in Mar del Plata in the Argentinian spring, so September and October, I saw virtually every weather type apart from snow. So there were a couple of hot days of 25 degrees where you would need to wear shorts. A lot of the days had blue sky but quite chilly, around 15 degrees. Some days quite cloudy, around the same temperature, 10 to 15 degrees. Some days really horrible and rainy. A couple of days of thunderstorms and lightning as well. So if you are not coming in the summer, make sure that you pack all types of clothes in your suitcase, because you will need different types of clothes for different types of days. Now then, the fourth thing that you would need to know about visiting Mar del Plata is that even though most places do accept a foreign bank card as a method of payment, not everywhere does. I will share with you a few places that I ran into where you could not pay with a foreign bank card. Firstly, you have this pizza restaurant called Don Joe that has good reviews. They do not accept foreign bank card. They only accept Argentinian bank card or cash. There is also a chain of ice cream stores in the city called Gianelli. I went to this store that you see on the screen here, and they do not accept foreign bank card as well. So I would imagine that the other stores in the city also don't accept foreign bank card. Also a bit of a random place, but there is a convenience store right by the Paseo Aldri shopping center. Again, tried to buy some water from this convenience store. They do not accept foreign bank card. But again, I will just emphasize that most places do accept foreign bank card. Literally every cafe I went to accepted a foreign bank card. Every pub I went to accepted a foreign bank card. It is just a few select places where you will need some cash. So just make sure you have some Argentinian pesos on you in physical cash. There are ATMs, but the problem with the ATMs in Argentina is that they don't always have cash inside them, and the ATM fees are disgustingly high. So if you can bring US dollars into Argentina and exchange them when you arrive here, it is always better to do that. And also on the topic of paying for things at shops, I will just mention, if any of you go to this shop here, Cooperativa Obrera, you will need to give the lady working at the till your passport number to purchase items. In Argentina, Argentinians have this thing called a DNI number. It's like an identification number. And at this shop here, they require you to give them a DNI number to make your purchase. Now, as a foreigner, you obviously don't have a DNI number, so you have to give them your passport number. So even if you want to buy something as basic as some water, yeah, you've got to give them your passport number. I think that is absolutely ridiculous. Comment below if you know why this shop is demanding people to give their ID number. I think it is stupid. But anyway, moving on to the fifth and final thing that you should know before you come to visit Mar del Plata. The city is very safe. You really don't have to worry about your safety too much when you are here. At least in the daytime, you feel super safe walking around. And in fact, you see so many police officers. I can't remember many cities in the world that I've been to where there are so many police cars and police vans patrolling the city. Do comment below if you know the reason why. But one thing that I will just add in terms of the safety in the city, you will notice walking around Mar del Plata that you do have these guys that stand on the street corners and they point at cars and they tell them where to park on the street and they direct them into car parking spaces. They do look kind of creepy and weird, these dudes, and apparently that's because they are ex-prisoners and ex-criminals, and apparently at nighttime they communicate with each other by whistling to each other to signal that there is someone available to rob, especially a woman walking alone at nighttime. Now, I did not see any evidence of this personally, but this is information that I was told. So yeah, just be aware of these creepy street dudes pointing at cars and telling them where to park, because they are quite weird. As a final thing, I will just add a couple of my recommendations. The city is full of lots of really nice coffee shops. If I had to pick my favorite coffee shop, I'd probably go with somewhere called Green Mug. They do really good food there, really good drinks. Prices were pretty good as well. Another place I liked was Bella Negra. A little bit pricier, but again, the food and the coffee and the drinks really good. But there are loads of others. There's a place called Dinette, there's a place called Baguette, there's a place called Curson. Lots of different cafes, and they're all pretty good in my opinion. Oh, and if you want a good ice cream, you've got to go to Luciano's and get the pistachio cheesecake flavor. That pistachio cheesecake is to die for. Luciano's is a chain of ice cream shops. You get them all over Argentina, but the pistachio cheesecake is phenomenal. Plus, I nearly forgot, there is a chain of shops in Mar del Plata called Sao, as in Sao Paulo, and they do medialunas, like these little croissants, and they put fillings like pistachio sauce or chocolate sauce or dulce de leche inside them. They are really good. And if you want some churros, again, there is another chain of shops in the city called Manolo, and they do churros and hot chocolate, all that kind of stuff. Now, if you are planning to come to Mar del Plata sometime soon, do let me know in the comment section. Let me know when you're coming and if you're looking forward to your trip. And if you're from Argentina or if you're from Mar del Plata, do comment below and let me know your Mar del Plata recommendations and tips for tourists coming to visit your city. If you have found today's video useful, do click like and do subscribe for more travel videos.